All right, welcome everyone to another deep dive. Today we're going deep on CBOs.
Community-based organizations.
Yeah, exactly.
Love those.
And more specifically, how they can be really effective when it comes to, getting the resources they need.
Yeah, fundraising, getting people power.
All that, yeah. And we're actually basing this whole deep dive on a training manual, which is pretty cool.
Oh, very cool.
It's called it's a Capacity Strengthening Training Manual for CBOs. And it was developed by the Southern Africa Litigation Centre.
SALC.
SALC, right.
Yeah.
And, okay, I know what you're thinking. Southern Africa, what does that have to do with us? But trust me on this one.
It's universal.
There really is, yeah. This stuff in this manual, it's gold for any CBO, no matter where you are in the world. I'm really excited to dig into this. And to help me out, I've got, an expert.
Hello. Who
knows a lot about this stuff, ready to jump in.
Absolutely. Let's go.
So SALC, they're very clear right off the bat about why resource mobilization is so important.
It's life or death for a CBO.
In a way, yeah. They say it's not just about, just getting by or whatever. It's about making sure that the organization can keep going. Sustainability, yeah, for a long haul.
Yeah.
And they talk about how it's about being able to scale up, actually make a bigger impact.
Reach more people, do more good.
Exactly. So what do you think about that? I mean, framing it that way.
I think it's super smart because, a lot of organizations, they get stuck in just thinking about the next grant or the next fundraising drive.
It's term thinking.
Exactly. But SALC is pushing CBOs to think bigger, How do these resources actually help us achieve our long-term goals? It's about the bigger picture.
I like that, thinking bigger.
Yeah, and that's where their 6 steps come in.
Oh, yeah, these are good.
It's like a roadmap for CBOs to, actually do this stuff, not just talk about it.
Yeah, totally. So the first step, right out of the gate, they say, understand your needs. Makes sense, but what do they mean by that?
Well, it's really about taking stock, right? What do you actually need to achieve your goals? And it's not just about money, which is what a lot of people think about.
Right, there's more to it.
Way more. Volunteers, in-kind donations, partnerships, even just people's time, all those are resources. And this step is about figuring out how much of each of those things you need, to make it all work.
It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's like, okay, if you're baking a cake.
I love cake analogies.
You need to know what ingredients you have, right? And what you still need to get.
Exactly. You can't just start throwing stuff in a bowl and hope for the best.
And this step is about figuring out what's already in your pantry, so to speak.
Exactly. And knowing what you still need to go buy at the store.
All right, I like it. So we know what we need. What's next?
Step 2 is all about optimizing the resources you already have.
Ooh, I like this one. It's like being thrifty, but for CBOs.
Right. Exactly. It's about getting creative and resourceful, making the most of what you've got. So, let's say you have a staff member who is amazing at social media.
Oh, so valuable these days.
Right. Well, instead of paying a marketing firm, use that person's skills. It's about leveraging your internal talent. Or, maybe you can partner with another organization to share office space or something, cut down on costs.
Shared resources.
Exactly. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
So collaboration, that's a big part of this, right?
Huge. You can achieve so much more when you're working together. Okay, so step 3 is where we actually start thinking about donors.
Okay, now we're getting into it.
Right. But it's not just about, making a list of foundations. It's about doing your research, understanding the landscape. What are the donor trends? What are their priorities? What kind of projects do they like to fund?
Yeah, because you don't want to just be sending proposals out into the void.
Yeah. Exactly. You want to be targeted. Figure out which donors are the best fit for your organization and your projects. What are they looking for? What kind of impact are they trying to make? It's about finding that sweet spot.
It's matchmaking for CBOs and donors.
I love that. Yeah, it totally is. Okay, and then step 4 is all about networks.
This is where it gets real?
It is. This is about, getting out there, meeting people, building relationships, going to conferences, connecting with people online, even just striking up conversations at community events.
It's all about those connections.
It is. And it's not just about shaking hands and exchanging business cards. It's about building genuine relationships. People want to support people they know and trust. So be authentic. Be yourself.
Don't just go in for the ask, right?
Exactly. Build a relationship first, then see if there's a way you can work together.
It's about building a community, really.
Absolutely. Okay, and then step 5 is about, once you've got those relationships, how do you actually make them work?
Okay, so fostering partnerships, it says here. What's the key to that?
Transparency. Donors want to know that their money is being used well, that you're actually making a difference. So be open with them. Communicate regularly. Show them the impact of their support.
Keep them in the loop.
Exactly. Send them updates. Show them photos. Tell stories about the people you're helping. And, if there are challenges, don't hide them. Be honest and upfront about it. It's a partnership, remember?
Working together.
Exactly. Okay, and last but not least, step 6 is all about organization.
Organization. This is where I struggle, even in my personal life.
I hear you, but it's so important, especially for CBOs, because if you're not organized, you're going to waste a lot of time and energy, and you might miss out on opportunities. It's about having a system in place.
Having a plan.
Yes, having clear goals, timelines, documentation, all of that. And, there's so many tools out there that can help you stay organized, like fundraising calendars, donor management software, even just spreadsheets can be super helpful.
I think that's where a lot of CBOs get tripped up. They have so much passion and dedication, but sometimes the organizational stuff falls by the wayside.
I know, I've seen it happen. But trust me, taking the time to get organized will pay off in the long run. It'll make everything so much smoother and more efficient.
And you'll probably raise more money, too.
Exactly. Because donors are more likely to support organizations that have their act together.
Okay, so SALC, they have this catchy acronym for their approach. These 6 R's of resource mobilization.
Love a good acronym. Makes it easy to remember.
So it's resources, requirements, results, reputation, relationships, repeat.
Repeat is key. This isn't just a one-time thing, it's an ongoing process.
A cycle, right?
Exactly. And the repeat part is all about building momentum. The more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more successful you'll be. It's really cool, actually, when you think about it.
So for you, of these 6 R's, which one really stands out?
For me, it's relationships. I mean, they're all important, but at the end of the day, it's about people, right?
It always is.
Yeah, it is. Building trust, collaborating, working together towards a shared goal. That's where the magic happens. That's how you create real change.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And for everyone listening, I highly recommend checking out the full SALC manual.
It's a fantastic resource.
It really is, full of practical tips and really smart insights. So thanks for joining us for this deep dive on CBO resource mobilization.
Until next time. Bye, everyone.